What is up, guys? I thought I'd put together a little video about running Genesis on a mutation level. I'm going to show you guys my gear. I'm going to show you guys some tricks and how me and the homies run it. Let's get into it. Let's go ahead and take a look at my gear. Now, I'm a firm believer that every DPS and tank should be fully warded, and the reason why I don't say healers is because most of the time they stay out of the fight, and if they can dodge, they're fine. In terms of armor for Mutated Genesis, you want Angry Earth Ward. And for weapon abilities, as a DPS running Hatchet, you're looking for Refreshing Torrent, and healers out there, you're looking for Fortifying Sacred Ground. Next, let's take a look at what I think is some of my more important pieces of my build. The Slash Ring is just there for the flare with the leeching. I prefer leeching. And that's the helmet with the torrent, and that's my Bissy Hatchet. The hatchet I did roll on stream. It comes with Angry Earth Bane, Rogue, and Keenly Empowered. These are my attributes. This is the hatchet tree that I like to run. And here's the reasoning why you want to split your attributes. All right, and now we're all ready to jump into Genesis M10. Before we get started, we all make sure that we have taken all of our consumables. For this build as a DPS, I'll be running Strong Honing Stones, Fall Harvest Turkey Meals, and an infused Angry Earth coating for more damage. Now it's time to walk you guys through my squad strategy. And mind you, there's a ton of strategies out there. So during this phase, two of the DPS, the tank and the healer, will stay back and kill this hive, while one of the DPS will go down and grab the consecrated blight so it can open up the door to the next room. In the top right hand corner, you can see another instance where I go down and grab the consecrated blight from a different run. As long as the archer's back is turned to you, you can freely just walk up to this blight. After grabbing the blight, one of the strategies is you unstuck and it teleports you back under the stairs, as you'll see me do in the top right hand corner. Now, I don't know if it's an exploit, but we all do it. Little slap on the wrist, whatever. And mind you, all of this is happening simultaneously. One of the DPS is grabbing the consecrated blight, the rest of the team is killing the ads on the bridge. Next is the Tacitus fight. So to go ahead and speed this up because we're just running to the fight. This is a pretty straightforward fight. You go in, you do damage, he slams. You're going to try to iframe a lot of his abilities, and you're just going to try to stay in and do damage for as long as possible and as fast as possible. One thing I haven't talked about yet is what the rest of the group is running. My healer is running all AoE. He is running Sacred Ground, Beacon, and Orbit Protection. He's running all AoEs because we're all melee. We're all grouped up, and he could just pot if he needs to heal. All the DPS are 5 con, so we heal up extremely fast. That's why an AoE build works in this instance. You can run Divine Embrace if you want, but we prefer AoE. In the top right-hand corner, you can see the tree that I use when I heal M10 Genesis, with the Will of the Ancients. And mind you, it might not be right, but if it works, and it works for me and the homies. Now that the fight's over, me and the group will grab our chests. We are one of the groups that will grab every single one of our chests during the expedition, just because we have so much time left over anyways. After grabbing our loot, we're going to go ahead and grab the crystal. The next part is super easy. The strategy here is anybody with range, we're going to aggro the archer down the stairs. We're going to try to get out of his line of sight so he can run towards us, and we can isolate him. After we isolate him, we pretty much just take him down. It's mainly so we don't pull all of the extra little ads at the bottom of the stairs. It's one of those work smarter, not harder. You don't need to kill every single thing in the expedition. This next part, we're going to try to grab aggro of all of the little Angry Earth, and we're going to group them all up and kill them before going into the boss. It's just so everything isn't chaotic and we don't take too much damage and end up wiping. This is one of the named guys that we will be killing just so we can get the named multiplier on our score. Pretty standard fight. Do damage, don't die, go in there, slash, heal, fun, kill. And during that fight, the DPS that had gone down and grabbed the consecrated blight is going to go ahead and put that into the fountain. Now, this next phase can get quite interesting if you don't have the right toolkit. We like to run this to a T. We have a great strategy for it, and I'll show you guys. So in the beginning, we're going to try to grab these 3 Angry Earth, group them, and kill them before we start the next phase. Right as we pretty much kill everything, all 3 of the DPS are going to head west-northwest, while the tank takes care of the ads by the tree. And the reason we do that is because the ad up top is range, and we want to keep our healer as safe as possible. Now, if you can take a look, my healer is actually standing on a raised platform, and there's going to be a more detailed clip in the top right-hand corner. And the reason why you heal from up there is because the melees can't hit you and only the range can. After we kill all of the Angry Earth, the next phase starts. All of the DPS are going to head east-southeast. We're going to kill the archer. Archers are healers' worst enemies. They can pretty much one-shot them, and again, just keep your healer as safe as possible so they can keep you up. After that wave, we're going to head to the first spot and kill the archer. A lot of you guys might be wondering why I'm running a Void Gauntlet secondary. A, it's because of Empowered adds 50% extra damage, but this Genesis soldier right here, he does a move where he gains some sort of Fortify, and the damage we do is reduced. When you drop an Oblivion and you're running Nullifying Oblivion, it gets rid of that buff that he has, and he can do normal damage again. After we finish with Project Protect the Tree, one of the DPS is going to go ahead and grab the little tree spout, whatever it's called. I'm going to go ahead and speed this part up because all we do is loot the chest. Name of the game here is if you don't need to aggro it and you don't need to kill it, don't do it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to run down and we're going to hug the right side so you don't aggro any of the Angry Earth on the Hive and that soldier to the left. Pretty straightforward fight here. Kill Taxi, however you want to say it. You need it for the multiplier. So go ahead and speed that up because it's more slashing, healing, tanking, running. Again, you guys already know it's called if you don't need to aggro it and you don't need to kill it, don't. Go ahead and hug the left side so you don't aggro the soldier. Go ahead and clear the ads. Make sure to touch the crystal. It is very important. If you have previously gone down or got knocked, touch it. And after this part is probably one of my favorite fights in the whole expedition. Let's go ahead and speed this up because it's more running. So the strategy we're going to use here is we are going to all in. We will not be 1-4ing. We have the damage to be able to all in. Now, I haven't really gone into what we're doing in terms of min-maxing with the group. Two of the DPS are running what I like to call purple circles. There are just Void Gauntlets for Oblivion because they add 15% extra damage. And then the other DPS is running a spear with Perforate, so they apply Rend to the boss. Really, in mutations or even expeditions, you want to min-max, you want to hit max Empower, or try to, and you want to hit max Rend, just more damage so the boss goes down faster. So when the boss centers like this, everybody in the group is either light attacking or they are using abilities. And the reason why you only want to light attack is so you break the stam bar slower and you do more damage. Heavy attacks are great for breaking the stam bar if you are 1-4ing, but because we are all inning, we want to do as much damage as we can before he goes underground. I'm spec'ing the throwing hatchet, so in this next part, everybody just tries to dodge without dying, and I just tried to hit him with my hatchet to have some fun. There's really no strategy we use here other than survive and try not to throw the run. So when he pops out of the ground, you're going to look for one of two attacks, either the mud throw or the super extendo arm. Just make sure to dodge either one of them. And then you get in and do lots of damage. And this is why hatchet is so good here. Because of the ability Death Defy. If you do take too much damage, you could pretty much defy death for 3 seconds and you're chilling. I'm just gonna go ahead and speed this up because all we do is grab the loot while one of the DPS goes and grabs the torch and burns the door in the next room. So the strategy here is grab 2 of the named boss at the same time. Everybody's going to group in the room where you grab the torch. Any ranged DPS or players are going to try to pull Katamos into this room. While we're pulling Katamos, another DPS or ranged player is going to grab the second boss in the next room. As you could see in the top right-hand corner, me doing it in a different instance of this expedition. If you kill Katamos fast enough, you can kill the next named mob coming you guys' way. While we're killing that last name Angry Earth, one of the DPS is going to go ahead and grab the torch so he can get ahead of us to burn the door. And mind you, as a 5-con DPS player, sometimes I take a lot of damage, and if my Death Defy's down, I will try to play safe. And just make sure I don't get knocked so I don't throw the run for the group. Mind you, it is okay to sit back and just let your health regen. I'm gonna go ahead and speed up this next part because all we do is walk. More walking. Left foot, right foot. Now, I know some of you guys are gonna think that we're crazy because we take the left stairs. We do this thing now where me and the homies, we have accounts on the West Coast and the East Coast servers now. On the East Coast, we go left. On the West Coast, we go right. It is what it is. We do both strategies. More speeding up. Just make sure not to aggro the archer on the right of this bridge. There are multiple strategies for this next fight. We prefer to do it a bit more calming just to be safe. And when I say safe, we only grab the 3 Angry Earth ads in front of us. And we do not grab the boss because we just don't want it to get hectic. Slash, slash, slash. Kill the Angry Earth. Woohoo! Next part is pretty self-explanatory. Kill the named guy. More healing, more tanking, more DPSing. Kill him. So go ahead and speed this fight up because it's a pretty generic fight. Next on the kill list is the archer in the next room. We kill him because he's easy to aggro and we just don't want him to mess up our next fight. Alright, you know the drill, we're looting, speeding it up. After we grab our chest, the strategy that we like to use is kill the archer named mob. without aggroing the soldier. If you run expeditions enough, you know kind of the aggro range of some of the mobs, so as long as the archer is staying on a certain point to the left, you're kind of okay. And I only say kind of because sometimes we all know Amazon Game Studios aggro range is just a bit busted. After we kill the archer, we are gonna go and kill the crazy, psycho, terrifying soldier named Angry Earth. And the reason why he's terrifying is because he slams the ground with the most ridiculous range, and he will one-shot you. Whether or not that you have a hatchet or with however much healing that you have, he does so much damage, even if you're fully warded. That is the last name boss that you're going to kill for the multiplier. Again, we're going to do more running. You know the drill. We're going to speed it up. And this brings us to the Blighted Greenskeeper fight. It's a pretty self-explanatory fight. You have one boss, you're going to do a ton of damage, but this is where the hatchet truly shines, and you'll see why in a second or two. Or 3, or 4 seconds, or 5. Maybe 6. And this is where the hatchet shines. It is the Death Defy ability. Death Defy, Defy Death, same. So the boss will pretty much charge up, and when she releases this charge, you're supposed to die. But what Death Defy does is it keeps you from death, essentially, for the next 3 seconds. And you could stand and do damage during that phase. And yes, you did see my healer, my tank, and the rest of the group running hatchets, just so we could do more damage at a faster rate. And because it's just fun as a healer to be able to do damage with a hatchet. I know we're not the fastest group, but we do And that's it. That's Genesis M10. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more videos like this. I kind of want to start producing more New World content. So thank you guys for watching.